Most people say they want success. They dream about it. They talk about it. They imagine it. But almost none of them will ever actually reach it. Not because they are unlucky. Not because life is unfair. Not because someone else is stopping them. But because they are not willing to become the person success requires. Let that sink in. Success is not something you chase. It is something you attract. And most people never become the version of themselves that success will follow. Today, I want to show you why. And more importantly, how you can be different. Not by motivation. Not by hype. But by understanding the truth that most people ignore. So listen closely. Section 1. The Comfort Trap. Most people do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they are comfortable. Comfort is the silent killer of potential. When you are comfortable, your mind creates excuses that sound logical. I will start tomorrow. I need to learn more first. I am waiting for the right time. But the right time never comes. Comfort convinces you that you are improving while you are standing still. It whispers to you that resting is necessary, even when you have done nothing to earn the rest. It tells you that small pleasure now is better than the long, difficult road to greatness. And most people choose comfort because comfort is easy. But success is not. This is the first reason most people never succeed. They want success in their dreams, but they want comfort in their actions. You cannot have both. Section 2. The Pain Test. The truth is simple. You will only succeed if you are willing to suffer for it. Not once. Not for 1 week. Not for 1 month. But consistently. Repeatedly. Quietly. Without applause. Without recognition. Without instant results. Listen. Every path to success passes through a long period where nothing makes sense. Where effort does not equal results. Where progress is invisible. Where people do not understand what you are doing. Where doubt grows louder than motivation. Where quitting seems logical. This is the test. This is the barrier that separates the average from the exceptional. Most people fail here. Not because they cannot succeed, but because they cannot endure the silence. They cannot endure the discomfort of waiting. They cannot endure the boredom of repetition. They cannot endure the loneliness of staying committed to a vision no one else sees. So they stop. They break right before their breakthrough. They step back right before they step forward. Success requires pain tolerance. Not talent. Not luck. Not genius. Pain tolerance. And that is where most people collapse. Section 3. The Identity Shift. But here is where you can be different. Most people try to succeed while still being the same person they were. They try to win without changing their habits, their environment, their mindset. That will never work. You do not get success and then become disciplined. You become disciplined first, and success comes later. Success is not about what you want. It is about who you are willing to become. If your identity is still tied to comfort, you will always go back to comfort. If your identity is tied to strength, you will keep moving even when it hurts. To succeed, your identity must shift from "I hope it works" to "I will make it work." From "I am trying" to "I am training." From "I want it quickly" to "I am willing to wait as long as it takes." This is the separation line. This is where the 1% is born. Section 4. The Real Reason You Are Here. You are listening to this because something inside you refuses to be average. Something inside you is tired of mediocrity. Tired of excuses. Tired of delaying the life you know you are capable of living. That part of you is your truth. You need to protect it. Because the world around you will try to convince you that you are dreaming too big. You should settle. You should relax. You should be realistic. Be careful. The word realistic has killed more dreams than failure ever will. You were not born to fit in. You were born to build yourself. Not for validation. Not for attention. But because you know deep down that you are meant for more. And you are. But wanting more is not enough. You must become more. Part 2. Discipline, Mind Control, and the Invisible Work. Section 5. The Death of Motivation. Motivation is a spark. It starts the fire. But it never keeps it burning. If your journey depends on motivation, you will quit the moment life becomes inconvenient. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation says, I feel like working. Discipline says, it does not matter how I feel. This is the separation. The people who succeed are not the ones who are motivated every day. They are the ones who move even when motivation disappears. There will be days when you are tired. Days when you are stressed. Days when you are frustrated. Days when you feel empty inside. Those days decide everything. Average people only work on the days they feel good. Exceptional people work regardless. That is why exceptional results look impossible to the average mind. Not because they are extraordinary, but because they are consistent. Section 6. The Internal War. Your mind wants two things, comfort and survival. It does not care about your goals. It does not care about your dreams. It does not care about your potential. Your mind is not designed for greatness. It is designed to keep you safe. And safety means staying the same. So every time you try to change your life, your mind will try to stop you. Not because you are weak, but because your brain believes the unknown is dangerous. This is why you feel resistance. This is why procrastination exists. This is why discipline feels painful. You are fighting a biological system that is millions of years old. To succeed, you must retrain your brain. Not through motivation. Not through inspiration. Through repetition. Repetition is what rewrites identity. Repetition is what changes self-belief. Repetition is what builds confidence. Repetition is what creates discipline. Discipline is not mental strength. Discipline is familiarity. The more you do something, the more it becomes who you are. Section 7. Loneliness is required. There is a period in every journey where you must walk alone. Not because people abandon you, but because the path you are walking is not meant for everyone. When you begin to improve, you will lose friends. You will lose distractions. You will lose comfort. But listen carefully. Everything you lose is replaced with something greater. Your loneliness is not a punishment. It is preparation. It forces you to learn how to stand on your own mind. It forces you to build inner strength. It forces you to depend on discipline, not validation. Success is built in silence. Not in social approval. Not in applause. Not in recognition. In silence. When you are alone with your thoughts. When no one is cheering for you. When progress feels invisible. This is where greatness begins. Section 8. Patience and the delayed reward. Most people never succeed because they cannot wait. They want the reward now. They want the recognition now. They want the results now. But everything meaningful in life requires delayed gratification. The stronger the reward, the longer the wait. If success came quickly, it would have no value. And if it had no value, everyone would have it. The delay is what creates transformation. The waiting phase is not empty. It is where identity is rebuilt. It is where emotional resilience is formed. It is where belief becomes stronger than doubt. When you are waiting and working, and nothing seems to change, something is changing. You. And that change is the foundation. If you can master patience, you can master any skill, any craft, any business, any dream. Patience is power. Section 9. How to be different. You do not need to be special to succeed. You do not need to be smarter than others. You do not need to be more talented than anyone. You only need to be more consistent. more patient, more disciplined. To be different, do what the average refuses to do. Wake up earlier than you want to. Work longer than you feel like. Practice when no one is watching. Learn when others are resting. Keep going when others quit. You become different by behaving differently, not by dreaming differently. Part 3, The Daily System That Rewires Identity. Section 10, Why Systems Matter More Than Goals. Goals give direction. Systems create results. Most people set goals like, I want to become successful. I want to make money. I want to be disciplined. But goals do not change you. Systems do. A system is the set of actions you repeat every day. Your daily routine is your identity in motion. If your routine is weak, your identity is weak. If your routine is strong, your identity becomes powerful. Success is not about a big moment. It is about thousands of small repetitions that build strength, focus, and clarity over time. The person who wins is not the one with the best goal. It is the one with the strongest daily system. Section 11, The Small Actions That Change Everything. The mistake most people make, they try to make huge changes all at once. They try to wake up early, train every day, study for hours, work non-stop. And they fail. Not because the goal is impossible, but because their identity is not prepared for a sudden transformation. Real change begins small. The most powerful transformation is built from actions so small, you cannot avoid doing them. For example, read for 10 minutes a day. Train for 20 minutes. Study your craft for 1 hour. Cut your distractions during work time. Go to sleep earlier. Wake up at a set time. These are not dramatic changes. They are repeatable changes. Repeatable changes build discipline. Discipline builds identity. Identity creates success. Section 12, The Routine That Builds a Strong Mind. Here is a simple daily structure you can use. Wake up at the same time every day. No phone for the first 30 to 60 minutes. Drink water and breathe deeply to stabilize the nervous system. Do something difficult early in the day. Practice your craft with full focus. Train your body, even if only lightly. End your day by reviewing your actions. This routine is not about speed. It is about control. When you control your mornings, you control your state. When you control your state, you control your decisions. When you control your decisions, you control your life. This is identity. Section 13, Eliminating Distraction and Dopamine Addiction. In today's world, most people are not failing because they are lazy. They are failing because their mind is overstimulated. Constant scrolling. Constant videos. Constant notifications. Constant noise. The brain becomes addicted to quick rewards. And when it is addicted to quick rewards, it becomes unable to handle long-term progress. This is the biggest reason people cannot focus. Not lack of intelligence. Not lack of motivation. Dopamine overload. To win in this generation, you must train your brain to live without constant stimulation. You must learn to sit in silence. To think. To breathe. To focus. If you can control your dopamine, you can control your emotions. If you can control your emotions, you can control your decisions. If you can control your decisions, you can control your life. Section 14, Emotional Stability During Setbacks. You will fail. You will make mistakes. You will lose. You will have days where nothing works. This is unavoidable. But your reaction to failure determines your future. Most people fail once and quit. They break emotionally. They take failure personally. They see it as a sign to stop. The successful treat failure as training. Every failure teaches you something. Every setback strengthens your resilience. Every difficulty builds your character. The goal is not to avoid pain. The goal is to learn how to remain calm in the middle of it. Emotional control is the highest form of intelligence in the pursuit of success. If you can stay composed during chaos, you will outperform those who are smarter, more talented, and more educated than you. Section 15. Consistency when results are invisible. There will be long periods where you are working, but you do not see results. This is where most people quit. They believe progress is not happening. They believe it is not working. They believe they are wasting their time. But success does not show itself at the beginning. Progress is invisible before it is undeniable. You remain consistent by remembering you are not working for the result. You are working for the identity. Who you become matters more than what you get. If you stay consistent through the silent period, you will reach the breakthrough that most people never experience. Part 4. Building a strong self-image. Section 16. The story you tell yourself. Every person has a story playing in their mind about who they are. Most people fail because their self-image is weak. They tell themselves, "I'm not good enough. I always mess up. This is too hard. Maybe success is not for me." These sentences become identity. You act according to the story you believe. If you believe you're a loser, you will act like one. If you believe you're weak, you will avoid challenges. If you believe you're average, you will never attempt greatness. But identity can be rewritten. You must tell yourself a different story. I keep going, no matter how I feel. I learn from every setback. I am becoming stronger every day. I am building a life that requires patience and discipline. Your internal voice shapes your external reality. Change the story, and your actions will change with it. Section 17. The power of silent work. Most people want recognition too early. They want praise before progress. They want validation before mastery. You must learn to work in silence. When you work without showing off, you build strength nobody sees. You learn patience. You remove ego. You stop needing applause. When results finally appear, they will appear suddenly and powerfully. People will call it overnight success, but you will know it was silent years of repetition. Silence is where greatness grows. Section 18. Respecting the process. The process will change you before it rewards you. This means you will feel lost before you feel confident. You will feel weak before you feel strong. You will feel alone before you feel supported. You will feel invisible before you feel recognized. This is not failure. This is transformation. When you respect the process, you stop chasing speed. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop expecting instant results. You begin to trust time. And time is the most powerful force in growth. Section 19. Choosing your environment. Your environment influences your identity more than motivation or willpower. The people you spend time with become your mirror. Spend time around people who joke about failure, who avoid responsibility, who escape life through distraction, and your mind will lower itself to match their level. Spend time around people who work, who think deeply, who pursue progress, and your standards will rise. You do not need to cut everyone off. But you must be intentional. Spend less time with those who drain your growth. Spend more time with those who pull you higher. Environment is not just people. It is also what you watch, what you listen to, what you scroll, what you consume. Be careful what you feed your mind. You become it. Section 20. Self-respect through action. You do not build confidence by telling yourself positive words. You build confidence by watching yourself keep your promises. Every time you say you will do something and you do it, your self-respect grows. Every time you say you will do something and you avoid it, your self-respect weakens. Confidence is built through evidence. Wake up when you said you would. Train when you don't feel like it. Study when your mind wants distraction. Work when your emotions resist. Every small promise kept is a brick in the foundation of a strong identity. Part 5. The battle within your mind. Section 21. The two voices inside you. Every human has two voices inside. One voice is weak. It wants comfort, distraction, excuses, the easy path. It says, rest. Later. Tomorrow. Not today. The other voice is strong. It wants discipline, growth, mastery, long-term reward. It says, get up. Keep going. This is the moment. Do what needs to be done. Your life is determined by which voice you obey. The weak voice speaks louder at first. But the strong voice becomes dominant through repetition. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, the strong voice grows. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, the weak voice grows. The battle is not outside. It is internal. You are not fighting the world. You are fighting yourself. Section 22. Becoming your own leader. Most people wait for someone to push them. A mentor. A partner. A parent. A teacher. A team. But greatness comes when you no longer need someone to tell you what to do. You wake up because you said you would. You work because it is required. You stay consistent because your identity demands it. When you lead yourself, life changes. You stop being controlled by emotion. You stop being controlled by fear. You stop being controlled by circumstances. You become the force that moves your life forward. Leadership begins with how you command your own actions. Section 23. Discipline when no one is watching. Anyone can act disciplined when others are looking. True discipline is measured in private. What you do when no one is watching determines who you become. Do you close the app when you know you should work? Do you get off the bed when comfort is begging you to stay? Do you push one more rep when your muscles are burning? Do you stay focused when your mind demands escape? Winning is built in these small invisible decisions. The world sees the result. You see the sacrifice. Section 24. The role of suffering. There is no growth without discomfort. There is no strength without resistance. There is no mastery without repetition. Suffering is not something to avoid. Suffering is something to use. Pain shows you where you are weak. Discipline strengthens that weakness. Over time, the weakness disappears. Pain becomes progress. The person who avoids difficulty remains the same. The person who embraces difficulty evolves. You do not have to like the struggle. You only have to continue through it. Section 25. Your future is always watching you. There is a version of you 5 years from now. Stronger. More focused. More disciplined. More successful. That version of you is watching the decisions you make today. Every day, you are either moving toward him or away from him. When you avoid the work, you are choosing a weaker future. When you stay consistent, you are choosing a greater one. Your future self is real. And he is shaped by your present actions. Make choices that your future self will thank you for, not regret. Part 6. Advanced Strategies for Differentiation. Section 26. Learning to think long-term. Most people never succeed because they think short-term. They want immediate rewards, instant recognition, and quick results. This is why they quit when they face difficulty. The people who succeed see life as a decades-long game. They are willing to do the boring, difficult work today for a payoff that may not appear for months or years. They understand that the compound effect of small, consistent actions is unstoppable. To be different, start thinking in terms of years, not days. Build habits that your future self will benefit from, even if your present self complains. Section 27. Mental filters that stop failure. Most people fail because they filter their world incorrectly. They focus on obstacles instead of opportunities. They see mistakes as disasters instead of lessons. They measure themselves against others instead of their own progress. Change your mental filters. See failure as data, not identity. See criticism as guidance, not attack. See struggle as training, not punishment. The mind that filters correctly acts decisively. The mind that filters poorly hesitates, panics, and quits. Master your filters, and you control your decisions. Section 28. Surrounding yourself with high standards. To be different, you cannot live in a world of average standards. Most people conform because conformity is safe and easy. You must raise your standards in every area of life. The quality of people you interact with. The quality of information you consume. The quality of your work and effort. High standards create natural discipline. They force you to act differently from the crowd. This is how you separate yourself over time. Section 29. Emotional control as superpower. Most people think intelligence or skill is the key to success. They are wrong. The ability to control emotions under pressure is more powerful than talent. The person who can stay calm while others panic, who can act logically while others react impulsively, will consistently win in life. Emotional control is built through practice. Deliberate challenges. Self-reflection. Enduring discomfort. Without it, no strategy or knowledge can save you. Section 30. Creating momentum through micro-wins. Momentum is the hidden engine of success. It is built by micro-wins, small victories that prove you are progressing. Every day, complete something meaningful. Every day, keep promises to yourself. These small victories accumulate into unstoppable confidence. Momentum removes doubt. Momentum makes action habitual. Most people never start because they wait for a massive win to motivate them. Be different. Start small. Win consistently. Let momentum carry you forward. Part 7. The final lessons and closure. Section 31. Habit mastery. Success is not about occasional effort. It is about daily habits that shape who you are. The small decisions you make repeatedly define your life more than big one-time actions. Wake up early, work with focus, study consistently, move your body, reflect nightly. Over time, these habits form an identity. Identity drives action. Action produces results. Most people fail because they rely on bursts of effort. You must rely on habits that last a lifetime. Section 32. Embracing failure as feedback. Failure is not a sign that you are weak. It is a sign that you are learning. Every mistake contains the lesson you need to succeed next time. Most people take failure personally and quit. The different person treats failure as information, not identity. If you can extract the lesson from every setback, failure becomes your greatest teacher. Section 33. The power of self-discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. It is not motivation, talent, or luck. It is the ability to act in alignment with your goals, even when your mind resists. Discipline is developed by repeating small acts of courage, focus, and effort daily. The more disciplined you become, the easier every decision gets. The world will not make you disciplined. You must do it yourself. Section 34. Making the difference. Most people never succeed because they are unwilling to do what others avoid. They avoid discomfort. They avoid repetition. They avoid silence. You can be different. Do what others refuse to do. Learn what others ignore. Persist when others quit. Stay focused when others are distracted. Develop patience, endurance, and emotional strength. Master your habits. Control your environment. Filter your mind. These choices create separation between the ordinary and the exceptional. Section 35. Your final call. The truth is simple, you are capable of far more than you realize. But capability alone is worthless. You must act. You must endure. You must become the person who can handle success. Success is not given. It is earned, silently, consistently, through the choices you make every day. Decide today that you will be different. Decide today that you will not quit when it is hard. Decide today that you will become the version of yourself that your future self deserves. This is how you succeed where most fail. This is how you become rare. This is how you win. If this video inspired you, make sure to subscribe to the channel to never miss content like this. Like this video if it helped you rethink success, and comment below sharing what small change you will make today to become different. Your journey starts with one choice. Make it now.